welcome you. No, we warmly welcome on behalf of ICT Academy and behalf of the entire educator community to this special program of Sky Campus Digital Learning Series, which we started 10-15 days back in order to keep our educators in line with what's happening around the world, right from understanding technology, understanding policies, understanding the changes which will take place post this COVID and things like that. In the last 15 to 20 days, we had opportunity to listen to some of the policymakers in India on how they look, the education policies will change. And we listened to some of the academic leaders, the vice chancellors, and the senior most academic chairmen of institutions to understand how they are changing the learning way, post COVID. And I'm sure even before this, people were adopting learning, online learning in a good way, and now it is moving much faster scale and pace. So far we have listened to people in India, and we thought we should listen to a person who can give us a global perspective. So that's the reason where we requested you. We somehow got hold of you for this in this very tough time of yours. It's already 9:30 or 10 o'clock there. We know that. So my dear friends, today we have with us Mr. Sundar Nagarathnam. He is the Senior Vice President of Automation Anywhere University. He heads the Automation Anywhere University. I'm sure you all know about Automation Anywhere because we had one session earlier from one of the expert of Automation Anywhere on technology. And today we are very happy to have the man who leads the entire program of the global skill enablement specific to this new area called RPA, which everybody talked today. So he leads one of the top-notch team to scale this ecosystem of trained and certified people ready for this global workforce. With RPA being one of the most demand skill set in the market, Sundar is leading March to 1 million trained individuals on Automation Anywhere. I think that's a big mission, and I'm sure we're all there to support you and take some credit out of whatever you're doing, because we wanted Indian people also to get benefited out of it. I'm sure some of you will know him because even in earlier stint with Salesforce and a few other companies, he was very prominent in this education sector. He has a great track record of more than 20 years of building and transforming learning organizations specifically in education. So he was earlier SVP of the Salesforce University of Salesforce, which we got introduced even when he was in Salesforce, and he was a global vice president of education and professional services at VMware, and he had similar roles in NetApp, Hyperon, Oracle, and he's won several awards and acclaim for his leadership and innovation in learning. I think this is a brief background about Mr. Sundar. More than everything, he's an Indian. He's our man, and now he's in US. It's 9:30, 10 o'clock there, and we are very happy to have Mr. Sundar present his insights on RPA, the future of RPA, the future of learning, and more than everything, his inputs to give us some global perspectives of how we can gear up for the new normal world. Mr. Sundar, over to you.
Thank you so much, Dr. Anbu. It's a great pleasure for you guys to invite me to be part of the Sky Campus initiative. We are really at Automation Anywhere. We are honored to be here today, grateful for the leadership at ICT Academy, for the fabulous support and sponsorship to run this New India Learnathon that you have. We've seen incredible adoption with that already in the last 2 weeks with our traffic. Our site on our learning management system is just off the charts in here. And the ongoing engagement to support your students during the COVID pandemic, for us, it's great that we are part of this. As you said, I've been here in the Bay Area for a long time, but I am Tamilian, grew up in Bangalore, but went to IIT Chennai, and so I really just have so much closeness to being a part of this initiative. So I do want to wish everybody a great good morning. Hope you and your families are staying safe and healthy as life slowly gets back to the new normal for all of you. What I would like to just start with really is, we've seen a little bit and heard a little bit about Automation Anywhere. It's really a proud Indian, and I'm going to turn off my video just to avoid the distraction for this presentation. Just a really proud Indian heritage startup. If you look at where the where the journey began. The origins were in Vadodara. We have such a big presence in multiple parts of India right now, with Bangalore a significant presence. It's a private company valued at $6.8 billion. The CEO, CRO, the founders are all Indian. And it's the world's most advanced digital workforce platform. Forrester, Everest Group, Gartner, all of them put us in the lead for RPA. We're about 2,400 employees, 1,200 global partners, a lot of thousands of customers, and we talk about bots, the software bots that are being deployed, 1.7 million bots that have been deployed. We have customers in 90 plus countries. It would be useful for me to just spend a little bit again, just sort of reinforcing what our vision is, right? Ultimately, we want the human intellect to achieve greater things by taking the automatic, boring, repeatable stuff out of the human and putting human-like intelligence into what we call bots. That really is the vision we have. I'm going to come back to it in just a little bit, because I want to start with first our collaboration with ICT Academy. Right, we have signed a collaborative MOU with ICT Academy in December to bring the power of RPA skills to more than 400 colleges across India, to help the students complete more than 500,000 courses within the next 2 years. That's an aspiration for us. We want to thank ICT Academy to take up the leadership role in reshaping the RPA skill map in India. This MOU was signed in the presence of Dr. Sahasrabuddhe, Chairman AICTE in Delhi, and we really are just very, very excited about this partnership. As part of this, to orchestrate the collaboration further, ICT Academy launched what's called Bot Unleashed, India's first large-scale RPA learning program, in January. The objective of the program is to provide a structured learning framework to the students, and also helping the partner colleges to build the local training infrastructure by setting up Automation Anywhere bot labs at the institutes. So that's been a great start that we have had. Our relationship has just continued to get stronger in the last few months. Bot labs in February were awarded to the first 5 colleges who participated in the pilot. We ran it in Tamil Nadu in February. So the relationship with ICT has just gotten so much stronger. We talked about the bot labs being awarded in the first 5 colleges. ICT Academy has now become an accredited training partner to drive Automation Anywhere certification training for the students across India. Please stay tuned to hear more on that from ICT Academy. Then the Learnathon is really just caught on fire for us, for you. I think you have seen hundreds of thousands of students sign up to provide support during COVID-19. And it's just an incredible initiative from the ICT Academy in here. We're very, very pleased to be part of that. So if I go back to what is Automation Anywhere, what does the software do? And the Automation Anywhere Enterprise Cloud is our digital workforce platform. It really is for end-to-end intelligent automation that runs in the cloud. At a high level, we think about how we can discover processes to automate. How do we develop intelligent bots to automate which processes that make sense? We want to analyze and optimize the process, and then we've got some pre-built bots that can be used from our bot store. So what you'll find inside this enterprise platform is the most advanced set of robotic process automation tools on the market, complete with cognitive software robots and powerful built-in analytics. Our platform is the ongoing actualization of advancements in the field of robotic automation. And I just, I'm not the technical guy, but I really think when we think about how someone can stay competitive and agile without the overhead being in a cloud platform, you get faster time to value because instant web-based deployment, onboarding to bot development in minutes, all skill levels from the citizen developer to the developer to administrators. We'll talk a little bit about the job roles a little later. So it's great, easy collaboration between the businesses, developers, and IT. We think about business agility as being a critical part of what is needed, especially in times like this. We stay up to date technology that's available in any device anywhere. Very high business continuity. If you can imagine the disruption that's been caused during COVID, our platform offers the high availability, disaster recovery, limitless scalability. And for getting started without any additional infrastructure, it's a single platform that runs across front office applications, back office, and employee applications. So there's zero maintenance costs associated with it. Some of you might just sort of wonder, what is this digital workforce? Because when we think about what is the problem we are trying to solve, if you look at the human workforce today, whether it's back office or front office, at the highest level, what you will see is three types of work that are being done. 80% of the work being done is really simply rules-based transaction processing. It doesn't require judgment or independent thought. It's simply if then else or repeated over and over and over again. Next, a relatively small portion of a person's day-to-day job involves thinking. Think of things like exception handling, applying fuzzy logic, interpreting the tone of communication from a customer, etc. Finally, if there's any time in the day, a person may or may not have time to analyze what's happening in the environment and predict or at least adapt to change. And of course, because we're all human, there's coffee, Facebook, long lunch, whatever, right? So friends at McKinsey estimate that on average, a human worker puts in about 5.5 hours of productive time per day. Now, what the digital workforce or from Automation Anywhere, it has the ability to replace this human behavior. It can take the actions just like a human. The IQ bot that we have, it thinks like a human, and then the product bot inside analyzes like a human. So we replicate all the human interaction, of course, without the coffee breaks. So in fact, your digital workforce works 24/365 at a much faster rate of speed and without human error on top of that, right? So that really is what, when we think about the platform and how we integrate the whole platform into a single suite, the enterprise RPA, IQ bot, bot insight. Those are the products I touched upon. So they're integrated, logging into and using systems the same way as a person does. It enables you to automate any rules-based process in either the front office or back office, as long as you have structured data as the inputs and outputs. That's what the enterprise RPA piece does. But if you have use cases that have unstructured data, if you're using RPA alone, you have to leave those out of scope unless you use a cognitive product, which we call IQ bot. So we were not trying to replicate the mind of a medical doctor like our friends at IBM, Dr. Watson, right? Rather, we have replicated the mind of an intelligent office worker using a combination of computer vision, machine learning, and natural language processing. So let's say you have a use case where the data input is from a scanned document or from an email or some other unstructured source. You'd have to leave this use case out of scope unless you're using this sort of IQ bot type of product. It can reason with and structure such a data so that the RPA bot can then execute those use cases. So we increase the capability of what can be done for automation. And then, of course, 1 + 1 being 3 for us in adding the analytics capability was just an obvious outcome of this. When it's your human workforce that's processing your transactions, you have a hard enough time just making sure the transactions get processed accurately and on time. Really, there's very little room that's happening with your customers, suppliers, etc., to analyze what's happening, right? So the real-time analytics that can be produced literally at the push of a button, that's what Bot Insight does. We're not talking about operational analytics about your bot workforce, but really about analytics on the data being handled by your bots. That's what Bot Insight does for you. Just touching upon this platform really being applicable for all users. the citizen developer, the business users, the ease of use, how they can automate, focus on the tasks that they believe they know more about and how to take those processes and automate them. Developers have a richness of tools. We can to build very powerful bots. They can focus on the process and collaborate with the business users. IT, we call them the RPA managers. From an infrastructure administrator, control rooms we have for administering. So they are able to scale easily, ensure the security, governance, compliance, lower cost of ownership. Those are just very critical for most businesses and enterprise. So there's we then sort of talk about, I'll go back to what I do at Automation Anywhere. I exhausted my expertise on the product and the technology. We focus when our customers begin their journey. We have professional services. We provide some customer support. We provide a whole set of capabilities to surround them with. One of the big things that we focus on is the Automation Anywhere University, so they can learn, get trained on the product, hire people that have been trained on the product, from new students to people that want to reskill and get ready for the workforce of tomorrow. So that's really what Automation Anywhere University is about. And Dr. Anbu talked a little bit about our mission of marching to 1 million, right? One of my colleagues, Arvind, who's on the phone here, who's on the line here, he actually initiated Automation Anywhere University at the very beginning, about a couple years ago. But in such a short time, we have had such remarkable progress because of the interest and the industry demand for robotic process automation. We have 440,000 active users in our learning ecosystem. About 830,000 trainings. We are very close. We know we'll hit million within the next month or so at the pace at which the Learnathon is progressing. We have 110,000 certifications, a lot of online courses, and we have lots of academic institutions, but really the ICT Academy is for us the crown jewel in here as we make the progress. So how can we help with making this digital transformation journey smooth and taking it further, right? So it is an opportunity to learn the most in-demand skills. It offers a path to new career opportunities for your students. It is a ticket to establishing institutions, academic institutions on the cutting edge. A career transformation for those that want to reskill and upskill themselves. And it's a toolbox to equip students and faculty for the future of work. We are really focusing on the collaboration with ICT Academy to get your students RPA trained and certified. Our goal is to help from an academic perspective to get more and more processes automated in your own worlds and colleges and institutions, and prepare the students for an RPA career. I have, part of one of the things that it's always exciting to say is, how does some of the learning look and show? And we've built really remarkable interactive experience just of how we drive keeping them sort of energized during the learning, but also at the same time providing a lot of hands-on capabilities for them as they log into and download our software on the fly while learning. So if you think about, I'm just going to share with you, I just went into this just to give you a very quick 1-second view of how the learning might look like, right? So I've turned off the audio, but there's an anime that's speaking, telling them how they can go log into this thing. But if they get lost, it tells you what steps are there to click on and show me. So either you can do it on your own, or you can say, show me how the things work, and learn by trial and error. So all the things that can be done from a learning perspective, we have tried to build into the learning platform in here. Nothing to beat the power of course, faculty and trainers, etc. But this is sort of how we have built this capability. So going back to the presentation, the RPA certification badges are of incredible value in the industry for companies, because if they have qualified and certified people, it ensures greater product adoption. It improves the ROI on the investment they make in the products. and really high impact, high value solutions can be developed with trained and certified people. Individuals, for them, career advancement, keeping their skills and expertise current, it really is critical, especially with the pace at which the technology is changing. In the RPA, we are the leading RPA vendor, so having that globally recognized RPA certification really is a ticket to tremendous advancement for anybody. I want to thank each one of the faculty coordinators for their awesome support during the pandemic to keep the program running. Thanks for helping the students as well as ICT relationship managers amidst COVID-19. As a small token of appreciation, we bring forward two announcements today, specifically for the faculty coordinators from the participating colleges in Learnathon. Our Enterprise 8 2019, which I talked about briefly, is the industry's first cloud-native RPA platform. And it's the future platform to develop the digital workers. So faculty coordinators that are associated with the Learnathon will receive learning access to the advanced certification, along with 2 attempts for free to appear in the global certification exam. Our standard fees have been waived until June 30, 2020. So the faculty coordinators that also successfully complete the certification exam will receive an exclusive invitation to join the one-day virtual instructor-led training on new trends of RPA. This will be conducted by a technical expert at Automation Anywhere, one of our key subject matter experts, and the session will be arranged exclusively for this group in July. So please wait to hear more from ICT Academy as a formal communication and detailed terms and conditions that will be sent out in the next few days. I want to talk a little bit about how Automation Anywhere is responding to the need of the hour with COVID-19. As COVID-19 reaches all facets of life, industries such as healthcare, life sciences, and the public sector are finding new ways to defend against the spread of the virus and mitigate the impact that could have long-term effects on businesses and the economy. Automation Anywhere provides tools and solutions to support our customers in navigating these unforeseen challenges. We have something called an A-People community where we welcome for you to join and collaborate and discuss some of the innovative ways to utilize RPA. See what ideas others have, customers and partners and RPA enthusiasts that they're developing. It really can help mitigate disruption by enabling businesses to stay connected across teams and systems. So we have the Community Edition 8 2019, an RPA scholarship program for development. It's a $500,000 investment we are making. We have a free bot pack. We've got a Project K that's RPA for kids that's been very successful. We started with this within our own company because our employees' kids were being restless at home, and they took this program and built bots. It's been very, very successful. And of course, the focus on life sciences in particular has helped us to improve patient engagement, communications, integrating some of the lab systems and data silos, collaborating all this through the cloud. There's a lot of manual processes that have been automated to free staff to focus more on the discovery and less on low-level tasks. And we are really accelerating some of the clinical trials and improving monitoring of adverse events. I'd like to just touch upon quick overview on how various industries, some examples. I'll just give a very brief introduction on how they are leveraging RPA to run the businesses in this difficult time. Because one of the main reasons for ICT Academy to extend the support to the students of your partner institutes during countrywide lockdown is, building their RPA skills. So that itself has been very positive as well, right? So we have rapid website development where the citizens of Macau, they were really at an elevated risk for COVID-19 and needed to find information on outbreak locations, where the masks are available, what wait times hospitals might have, etc. But the data was spread across multiple sites, and it really made it difficult for them to find to know what public measures were in effect and where the infection was, etc. We've all gone through this, I'm sure. So partner of Automation Anywhere, Netcraft, they developed this website very quickly using a bot to regularly extract data from the reliable sources and then present the information with an intuitive, current and actionable perspective on the status of the pandemic. So it was just built in 5 days, generating 50,000 unique visits, which is about 7% of Macau's population, right? Just within the first week that happened. Now, if we think about financial banks, really, because the loan forbearance program, every country is doing this, right? So major South American bank announced this new loan process that immediately reschedules up to 6 million loan records, ensuring that any late payments would not trigger automatic delinquent credit notices to credit rating agencies, because that would have been the normal process, right? If you think about a manual update of these loan records at 3 minutes each, it would take 100 people approximately 2 years and cost millions, right? So they also announced interest-free refinancing of credit lines. The very next day, our partners worked with the bank to identify high-value processes, and just in 4 days, they completed all of this. So the bank is really meeting their deadlines with the innovation that we're able to offer. I'll just touch upon one more case in here, which really is the 349 billion payroll protection program that the US initiated, right, for the small business agencies. How to process these applications, the backlogs were occurring in huge volumes, right? So my brother, who's got a small business, he submitted and he was going, when am I going to get anything back? So the bots are actually developed to streamline this loan origination process from ingesting the data, from extracting the information from the borrower's payroll, to automating the upload of what loan data is approved, etc., into the origination system. Needless to say, airlines have been running overtime around cancellations and refunds. So we worked with a couple of the airlines that were hit with this sudden surge in cancellations. The employees there were not able to handle the demand, so we actually ended up building RPA bots to extract the ticket information from customer emails, opening the booking and refund applications to process the requests. So 10 validations had to occur to confirm the changes, to issue refunds, etc. So 4,000 requests were processed daily without needing any additional help. A lot of just real life examples, right? For me, before we look into some questions, I would really like to conclude with, again, thanking ICT Academy for the partnership. RPA and intelligent automation are really shaping the future of work. It is really a core component of any curriculum as we see how the future evolves and shapes up. We have a lot of resources. We have several folks that are partnering with you within our team. So please benefit from our training, get certified, empower your students to be ready for tomorrow. I want to thank you again, ICT, and with Automation Anywhere, it's your gateway to the future of work. So with that, I will pause my presentation.
Yeah, thank you very much. And as a surprise, you also mentioned that you will give something for the teachers or the coordinators. Basically our coordinators are, most of them are HODs or professors of computer science department. And thank you very much for your excellent presentation, and also to taking up all of our questions. Definitely, as ICT Academy, we feel proud to be with Automation Anywhere, the #1 in this new area which is emerging, which is RPA. We strongly feel with the processes and with the interesting presentation that you made, the scope of RPA in the future for our students who are graduating currently and in the future is going to be the best skill that they will learn. And thank you very much for supporting us in the Learnathon. Several thousands of students will definitely every day in, day out, we are getting messages. So they're happy about it. We want them to elevate and get more skilled in RPA and grow their RPA careers. So with this, let me thank you. And if you have any final comments, you can tell and we will close.
I want to thank you. For us, it's just a great partnership that I think will be beneficial to both of us and to all the students. And we really hope that there's going to be a lot of prosperity. I want to wish everyone again safety and health. As you guys, I think you're all a little ahead of the US, at least where we are in coming out of this pandemic. And it's been a pleasure to be part of this journey with you, with the start of this journey, and we are looking forward to many years of successful partnership here. Okay.
Sure, sir. Thank you very much once again. Thanks a lot for joining. My dear participants, thank you very much once again, all of you, for joining this excellent session by Mr. Sundar. We will definitely come back to all of the coordinators on the announcements what Sundar made briefly. We will come in detail with a letter on that to all of you. And I'm sure that is going to largely benefit every coordinator or HOD, whoever is driving this Learnathon initiative to make your students learn the basic RPA skills, that 13 modules what we have mentioned as part of the learning program. So thank you very much once again. We will meet again tomorrow by 10 a.m. for the next session tomorrow. Thank you, Mr. Sundar, and thank you all the participants.